Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Deb here. So let me just be vulnerable in this video with you guys. Usually I stay away from being vulnerable only because I don't want to reveal myself too much because I perceive it as a weakness, but I don't know. I perceive vulnerability as a weakness. And it's funny, in my last therapy session, my therapist basically said that vulnerability is actually strength. So for me, that means that I'm going to be more vulnerable this year. I don't have any resolutions, but I do have goals. I do have plans. I do have things that I want to accomplish. But it isn't, oh my gosh, I have to do this. I have to lose weight. No, it's just goals and then tangible steps to accomplishing those goals. But besides this point, let me just be vulnerable in this video. By the way, if you like my channel, if you like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe and like my video. I'm so trying to grow my channel, but I would really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe to the video. It goes a long way. But yeah, let's get to the video. So I used to be a former people pleaser. I'm actually now recovered. It's funny, but I'm now recovered because of a series of life events. But I know 2017 was a pivotal year. I decided to not become a people pleaser, and it has served me well. So as a former people pleaser, here are the things that I'm not willing to do anymore. One, I'm no longer willing to hide my shine or to hide my light. That means that I'm no longer willing to cover my talents, cover what I'm good at, just to make everybody around me feel comfortable. I used to do that a lot because it was more like, oh my gosh, I'm good at writing, I'm good at this, good at that, but look, I'm gonna downplay myself. You know, what do they call that humility? Negative humility, where you're like, oh, I'm not that great. Oh, I'm not. No, I stopped doing that. So no longer will I hide my shine. Number two, I am naturally a loud person. Especially when I'm comfortable with you, I'm extremely loud. Loud, not in the sense like it's like earth-shattering loud, but loud in the sense that, oh my gosh, you would know I'm in the room. You would know I'm in the room. Naturally, when I'm comfortable with somebody, I am the most extroverted person. By nature, I'm an introvert, right? But when I'm around people that I'm comfortable with, when I'm around people that feel safe around, I go all out. I'm a clown, basically. But no longer will I hide the fact that I'm loud. I wouldn't say loud, but that I like to make my presence known around people who I'm comfortable with. That's two. Three, no longer will I hide my creativity. I am a very creative person by nature, but because I am surrounded by a lot of people who have head knowledge, and I have head knowledge, but a lot of people who are like books, you know, sciences, math, and they don't see anything else around as a possibility of a career or anything. No longer will I try to hide my creative side to please others around me. And when I say others around, people who are in finance, who are in medicine, who are in all those book-related fields. My gift, I love being creative. I love creating things. I'm good with my hands. I just have to embrace that. So no longer will I downplay that part of me just to make everybody around me feel good. This is coming from a former people pleaser, right? Number four, no longer will I put myself down. And when I say put myself down, it's just not giving myself accolades. People give me accolade every now and then, but I tend to not. You see, okay, that's the word. I tend to not market myself so well, and I no longer will I not market myself and my abilities. Because I felt in the past that when I marketed myself or my skills, I was bragging. Nah, that's not bragging, that's marketing yourself. So no longer will I be doing that. Number five, right? This is five, right? Number five, as a former people pleaser, I used to, and maybe I still do it in a way, but I used to say yes for things that I wanted to say no to. I still do it in a way now, but it's not as bad as it was in the past. And I say I still do it now because when it comes to family members or loved ones, I tend to just still say yes because I'm like, if I say no, that is selfish because at the end of the day, I'm showing support by saying yes. Even if I don't want to do it, I'm showing support by saying yes because they're a loved one, they are a loved one or a family member, and I would want them to do the same for me. So I'm just gonna say yes, take one for the team, and just suck it up and enjoy whatever event they're planning. It hasn't been perfect. I'm still working on this. And as my therapist said, I like to quote my therapist, as she said, the healing journey, it never leads to like, you're not completely healed. It's a journey. You will always be in the constant healing mode because it took you so many years to acquire those habits that you're trying to heal from, right? Or the trauma that you've been through. It took you so many years to be traumatized. So it's going to take you so many years to be not healed completely, but to figure out a way to deal with whatever you're dealing with, right? So like I said, in this case, with saying yes when I really want to say no, it's not as bad as it used to be in 2017, but it's not as bad, but I'm still struggling with it in the sense that, like I told you, it's just with family members and loved ones. It's easy for me to say no to people who are not like the simple Joes that I meet on the street. It's easy for me to say no to them when I don't want to do something, but the ones that are like tied close to me, it's hard to say no. Because I see saying yes when you don't want to do something as a way to support. By the way, I got my teeth cleaned today. Good reports. Good reports. So if you haven't scheduled a cleaning for the beginning of the year, you should. Like most insurance companies cover cleaning every 6 months. You should at least get your cleaning done twice a year. At least. I do mine more regularly because I love a good set of teeth. This is so out of the topic, but I do love a good set of teeth. So if you haven't done it, clean it. Back to our topic. So as a people pleaser, or originally, like as a people pleaser, you're just somebody who wants to make other people around you happy at the detriment of your own happiness, right? That's what people pleasing is. If you think about it, it's kind of like, I want to make sure everybody around me is okay. I don't really care about how I feel, or I don't care if I'm okay. I just want to make sure everybody's okay. Now, that isn't the right approach to anything. People pleasing comes from the fact maybe you weren't like acknowledged when you were younger, or you weren't, it goes down to your childhood. Anything that you are struggling with as an adult, if you sit back and trace it back to your childhood, you see a connection. As a people pleaser, as a former people pleaser, I realized that people pleasing came from basically the idea that you might be rejected, or you don't want to be rejected. No human being wants to be rejected, but the idea of being rejected. And so because you don't want to be rejected, you just try to please everybody, right? You try to make everybody happy around you. But what that does in turn is just, it kills who you are as a person inside. I now realize this. I am a loud introvert, but extrovert when I'm around people that I'm comfortable with. I love reading. I love traveling. I love being around people who make me feel validated and safe. No longer will I accept people around me who don't make me feel validated and safe. I deserve that. Back then, as a people pleaser, it was more like, oh my gosh, I need to get everybody to love me. You gotta love me. I'm this beautiful, quiet, do whatever you want, child, obedient, and don't defy authority. I'm just like straight and narrow, right? But as 2017 and went on, I realized that that's not going to get me far. And I do see that same traits in my daughter that I'm trying to stop too. I don't want her to feel like she has to do everything everybody says, or Like she has to be the obedient child, even when she doesn't want to do something. So I'm seeing that trait, and I gave them a speech. Oh, this tea is good. I gave them a speech about basically not falling for everything everybody tells them. Like they have to also challenge things, challenge the status quo. Don't just be like, oh yes, oh you said it, okay yes, then it must be true. Challenge the status quo, and that means that if you are not in agreement with something that's said or something that somebody wants you to do, speak up. I wish I got that lesson when I was younger. My own people pleasing, now that I'm like over that hill, I now recognize and realize that was from the fear of being rejected, right? I told you I'm not completely healed from people pleasing, but at least I narrowed it down to just loved ones and friends, right? Close friends. Yeah, so that's my piece on people pleasing. Garner whatever you want from this, but if you are a people pleaser, just try to find out the root of why you try to make other people happy and neglect yourself. If you really dig deep, you will figure out, okay, you can trace out your childhood. And even if you really dig deeper, you can now find out, oh my gosh, this is this particular moment that caused me to feel like I have to neglect myself and focus on other people at my own detriment, right? There's nothing wrong with caring for other people and focusing on people. The problem is when you yourself are like hurt, right? By caring for other people constantly. Like if you're constantly hurt by caring about other people, then that's a problem. Because you matter too. You matter, I matter. So that's my piece. That's all I have for this video. I hope I was vulnerable, but I'm trying to be more open and vulnerable in my channel. But naturally, I am a private person, but I am learning to just open up, because being vulnerable is strength. It is complete strength when you can just be vulnerable and say, oh, this is what I'm feeling, this is how I'm feeling, blah, blah, blah.